hello. I'm starting late. Okay, it is 1:20. I was waiting for UPS to bring my package, but you know I got you. So hi, welcome. My name is Magdalene Janet. If you are new, welcome to the fam. Please don't forget to like and subscribe because I'm always here having a good time, hanging out, talking about makeup, and I love you so much. And please don't forget to visit me on TikTok and because I'm there daily. Legit, I'm everywhere daily though. You can find me, okay? Guess what? I got the new LYS stick foundation and their powder. We're about to use it. I'm doing a look with the new Mario palette. You already saw this video. You know how I typically prime one side of the face? I'm just gonna prime both sides because I'm gonna treat this review a little differently. It's gonna be a first impression for review, but because I'm also going to use the powder, things are gonna be done a little more efficiently, and I feel like we'll be able to see if I just prime the entire face. If I was only reviewing the foundation, I would be like, maybe would do like the halvesies, but as I was thinking about it right now, I'm like, you know what, let's prime the whole face because typically stick foundations are extremely creamy, which is why I'm using a mattifying foundation. Primer, because I do also have oily skin. So let's let this dry down. As you know, I am medium to tan skin. I have brown skin. I have hyperpigmentation right here, darkness here. Actually, oh girl, I'm a mess. Hold on. As I was telling you about my darkness in my under eye area, I'm seeing all the fallout happening. An easy way to get kind of glitter off is get some tape and go like this. But make sure it's like off your fingers too. So back to what was I saying? I have medium to tan skin tone, brown skin tone. I have marks, discoloration here, dark under eyes. So the goal is always to have a even base. Stick foundations, I find that they're very creamy and pigmented. The only thing is because they're creamy, they don't tend to last as long as I personally would like it. But the Dior foundation stick was amazing. I really love that thing. But let's see how this one is. This one's $25. You know, LYS is very pigmented. They're known for their pigment. I'm in the shade TN6. I really love that they have like neutral undertones. The pictures I feel like are a little bit off. They look a little bit warm. Let's see how neutral this really is because I am neutral and I run a little bit like cool. Like I've told you before, undertones really matter because that's truly what shines through your actual skin tone. So my tone is medium to tan, but my undertone is neutral. So are we dry? Yeah. Let's see. Ooh, this is dark. It's okay. We're gonna do that and then let's blend. Okay, online it was a little off maybe? Actually, it's not bad. Let's see. I got a little scared. I feel like it's having a hard time blending over this primer, which makes sense. Sometimes this primer doesn't work with everything, but we're about to make it work. Okay. Is the shade too? Yeah, it is a little bit too deep, but it's okay. See how it's a little splotchy? That's the primer's doing, not the stick. As long as we blend, we're good. I kind of want to blend with my fingers and see. This shade's actually nice. It looks good. Skin looks nice and smooth. It's just, I feel like it's not applying well. So let me add more so that it glides better. It's hard to tell because it could be the primer. I definitely think it's nice and smoothing. This side too here, it's wonky because I cut myself and I feel like it's not been applying my foundation well. But looking here, this looks really good. Can you tell? The camera could be tricky. Let's apply this, give you info about the foundation, and then we'll see. The new LYS Beauty Triple Fix Blurring Hydrating Skin Tint Foundation Stick retails for $25. I have the shade TN6. It comes in 28 shades. This is an ingredient-rich skin tint stick that enhances complexion to help visibly even skin while concealing the look of any blemishes or uneven tone. Coverage is medium, finish is natural. The highlighted ingredients is green tea extract that smooths and hydrates the skin while reducing redness, watermelon seed extract that retains skin moisture level, a healthy and radiant look, rose hip oil, an antioxidant-rich ingredient with vitamin A, C, and E that visibly reduces dark spots and improves moisture levels. Okay, this side definitely applied much better. Yeah, this side's officially like a wonky ass side. The coverage is nice. The shade is good. This is looking, what the heck? This looks nice and smooth. It has good pigment and it glides. That's what I'm kind of looking for. But also we're working with a very matte primers. We have to consider that too. Let's let this dry down. It's 129. So with skin warmth, I think it will help if we build on top of something that's already warm. We're not working with super matte base, because look, this side is wonky. It's weird, like patchy, right? Like right here. But that's where my cut is. And then this is nice and smooth. World of a difference here, huh? Been about 10 minutes. Let's see. It's dried down. It's that, you know, that primer is no joke. What I want to do, let's fix or try to get that area while the foundation is laying on the skin well. Let me get a little triangle there. Now that the skin is warmed up and we're building on top of foundation, it should glide pretty well. I'm doing this because you know how we had that issue where it just didn't blend well, but that was because of the primer. I have to go maybe one shade lighter, but this shade is working pretty well. It looks better. For sure, with skin warmth, this type of stick foundation works a lot better, and it warms up to the skin very nicely. So what I'm gonna do is add concealer and I'll be back. We now have the setting powder. It comes in this triangular shape. I have this shade translucent. Oh, this is bigger than I thought. Ooh, I love when powders have this. Oh my gosh, there's an alarm going off. You guys could hear it. I thought it had a sticker, but it doesn't. We're going to ooh, oops. Let's do the finger test. Let's see how finely milled it is, and it is. Okay. This is how the powder looks. I like this color. It's very pretty, and you can see how it gets stuck on the finger. We know it is nice and finely milled. Yay! And as we know, or if you don't know, setting powder has to work well for the eye area, the skin, because else it's not that good of a powder, you know. And I'm using makeup that I've used before, and I love the Mario concealer, the liquid blush from Rare Beauty. I'm using like the purple and the orange one. I don't know why I decided to mix those two, but I am. So I'm gonna get my powder puff, prep this. It's gonna look like this, and we wanna tap it so we even that powder out and it applies evenly to the skin and the eye area. So let's get rid of the creases. I'm gonna do this left side first. Oh, and before we get started, let me give you info about this. LYS also has a setting powder. This is a triple fix talc-free setting powder. It comes in 2 shades. It retails for $24 dollar bills. I have this shade translucent. This is a talc-free microfine loose setting powder to smooth, blur, and set makeup with a natural matte airbrush finish while leaving the skin hydrated and refreshed. The highlighted ingredients is niacinamide that reduces the appearance of pores and limits excess shine, green tea extract, sodium hyaluronate that retains skin moisture and visibly plumps the appearance of fine lines. Both available at Sephora. Okay, now that we have all the information, everything is nice and ready and to set. So I'm gonna look straight ahead. I always like to do the eye area first. Look up and then straight ahead. I typically like to do this for about, I don't know, like 10 seconds or so. While on camera right here, it looks so smooth. Wow, okay. I'm gonna get a little bit more and just press. Now I'm gonna just work it down to the skin and doing pressing motion so we don't move anything that we place down, like that cream foundation, the cream concealer. What a setting powder does, it's going to set down your makeup. It's also gonna blur your skin and mattify it. Depending if the powder is a matte powder, most of my favorite powders do more of a mattifying set than anything shimmery or illuminating. Any powder that has illuminating particles in it, I find that it works well as a finishing powder or a powder you can just highlight certain areas. Those shimmery, shiny powders don't set the under eyes well. Matte ones are the ones that set them like nice and flawless. And look how flawless this looks. Yeah, this looks really nice. The skin, you see how smooth it is? And you can see this is all powdered side, non-powder side. You see how you can see texture, my laugh lines, pores. Here, it's smooth. That's what powder does. That's the beauty of powder. You can use a lot of powder. You can use a little powder, depending on what you like, you know? Let's continue on to the other side. Like that. Press, press, press. Oh, I'm kind of loving this. Oops, I put too much. When you set, you want to just kind of keep it here. Take your time with it and press. Don't go like that. You're going to do pressing motions. That way you get that flawless finished look. I just uploaded my 20-minute makeup, and that was the one thing, like I was saying. If you're in a rush, I mean, most of the time we all are in some sort of rush. I always say blend and set. The blending and setting the makeup is gonna be what takes the most time in order for your makeup to look nice throughout the day. And this, I promise, your makeup will look snatched. And I wanted this to look good because I have a very cool tone eyeshadow look that can easily bring that darkness in my under eye area. So that look smooth. And we're gonna do a flashback test. I'm curious to see how it looks. Let's do it now, and then we'll do one when return. No flashback at all. Not bad, not bad. So what I'm gonna do is finish up my face, and I'll be back. Okay, fam, back. Makeup is slaying, and girl, I'm going nowhere today. But let me fix this blush. I feel like we need to do a little blending action. I wanted to do like a bit of a purple blush. Good enough, right? Let's talk about skin. I really like the foundation stick. I think it looks really good on the skin. It applies well. I don't think it worked initially well with the primer I chose to use because that is a very mattifying primer. I always forget that that primer doesn't work with every single thing because I love the primer so much. I always tend to use it, but I really like that this was able to overcome that with a little bit of skin warmth. Definitely the NYX Blur Screen Primer or the Cali Ray Primer would work better with this type because it is not that drying like the one size. That's my fault. That has nothing to do with the product. I like how the skin looks, and the powder I think is a good powder. It's going to be my new go-to powder because look how everything looks nice and smooth. You don't see texture. And let's look at these eyes. You just know it's set so well. You know, I usually use my pressed powder, then a loose powder, and I just used the loose powder today, and look, no darkness coming through. When it sets the under eyes well, that's what makes me so happy. I love this powder. I think they did such a freaking great job. But let's do a flash test. Make sure we don't have any flash back. Oops, let me turn on the flash. So powders, especially if you have brown skin, powders can easily make you have flashback, make you look a little bit gray or very pale, like the powder didn't mesh in to your skin. That's why it's always good to do a flash test. And let's see. No, honestly, the flash test looks exactly like how we left it from before I finished my face. So, okay. It passed the flashback test, but we are going to do a wear test. We did start at around 1:30. So let's see. I'll probably come back. It'll be a little bit later. So I do like a proper wear test. As a first impression, powder and foundation stick. Not bad, huh? And everything's matchy-matchy. Matchy-matchy, you see? Ooh. 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 Okay. I'll see you at the window. Okay, skin. Skin is skinning. Look, you see how everything just looks so smooth, matte? It's like a soft matte. I'm kind of thinking like this foundation stick shade is my shade. A little deep, but I much rather a foundation be a little bit deeper than me looking like Beetlejuice. So, what do we think? How do you think the skin looks? Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm loving it more now. Back. You guys, I'm so sleepy. It is 10 o'clock. We've had this entire base on about 9 hours, but I got some footage for you at around 5 o'clock, so about halfway there to show you how the skin was looking. I was looking a little bit radiant, more radiant than I honestly anticipated. Everything looked good. Everything looked well put together. The under eyes were looking fantastic. Skin was looking good too. Here we are now. I'm oily. I am very oily. At first I thought I accidentally put some glow on my skin, which I probably did because I think one of the brushes may have had some glow, but I can really see here the center. You see how shiny that is? I'm like so reflective. And that happens with cream products. Stick foundations, typically they're not matte formulas. They're extremely creamy formulas. Therefore, you're going to be looking like this. And this is only 9 hours. You know, my typical is 12 hours. So the good thing is that nothing is separating. I do feel like this setting powder really is holding everything together. my under eyes have not moved at all. They look superb. So that tells me that this powder is great. I already felt it in my bones. I love the powder. I think it's keeping everything together. The foundation stick, I would say between the two, the powder is my favorite from the foundation stick because I'm too oily for my liking. I think it looks good, but I'm like, dang, I'm so reflective. So let's tap and see. This will also be a little telling how this will look. I'm like, oh, girl. Okay. Actually, wait a minute. Okay, it's actually not looking bad. I just needed a tap. But you see how there's no separation? That's how you know if the cream is good. Also, the setting powder is good, is if nothing is pulling apart. You can't see any sort of patches, anything lifting. And typically we'll see it like around this area. So, okay, not bad. I'm actually kind of impressed how good this looks after tapping. For 24 bucks, this is not bad at all. I think it worked out as good as a $24 stick foundation can. I love the powder. I think this worked out well. What I love most about LYS Makeup though, it is very pigmented and it is pretty affordable for Sephora prices. I feel like it's in the lower end of the prices, which I like because you know makeup is expensive. So let me know what you think. I definitely don't look gastada after tapping though. Kind of was looking a little too radiant for my liking. Now the skin looks good. I just need like a little, if anything, I would just powder down like this. And if I was going out, kind of look good, you know? But let me know, what do you think? I want to know what you think. LYS, I haven't reviewed a lot of their makeup, but for the most part, they do really good makeup, very pigmented makeup. And pigmented makeup is super good, especially on us brown girls, because we only use a little bit, we blend, and it lasts a long time if you don't use a lot of product, you know? So this is it, fam. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and spending a little bit of your day with me. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, click the button right there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.